So, the topic of today is Saturn, time, and basically reflecting on discipline. That's what it is. Saturn is a planet in astrology that's all about discipline. It's about taking your time towards stuff and seeing the fruits of your benefits and seeing the growth in all that you do. And but the time that shit takes a while. And it's so funny because right now, personally, I've been thinking about a lot about Saturn lately. And personally, it's been really reflecting back in my life and the themes of what's going on right now within my story, within my journey. Um and currently Saturn is in Pisces. It's transiting through Pisces right now. It's about to go retrograde. It's in my 10th house. So it's really making me focus a lot on responsibility. Responsibility is the important theme when it comes to Saturn because it wants you to take responsibility and grow up, mature, and be more stable and capable within that area. But it's for me, I've always tried to avoid responsibility. I've always tried to swim away. I'm a Pisces. I'm an escapist. I want to go away from my problems because it can be very emotionally draining and very overwhelming for me to deal with certain situations and take certain responsibilities for certain stuff. But it's also because my parents never taught. My mom did, but it's not having a father figure to teach you how to be a properly responsible young man is detrimental because it's you're trying to figure everything out with society within your gender identity and trying to figure out what it is really to be a man that is a provider, that is a protector, and that is someone that provides for the family. And I never had that really good example for myself. I was trying to sit behind that tree, but yeah, I never really had that good example for myself, so it makes it very hard for me to now try to take responsibility for certain situations and try to escape from them. But it's I'm just emulating what my dad did to me. You know what I mean? I'm repeating a karmic cycle within the family of fathers not taking responsibility for their children, of the men not really taking responsibility to be the support, the provider, and the stability, the pillar for the family. That's what I feel it is for me right now, and Saturn is revealing that to me. But it's really hard personally to take responsibility because natally I have Saturn in the second house, which is about taking responsibility for finances. And it's so funny because the second house I feel correlates to the 10th house, because when you take responsibility for your finances, you also have to take responsibility for your public career and being a boss. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, so it's also highlighting that theme, and I'm really realizing a lot how much I have some financial insecurities within my life, and there's a scarcity mindset that I need to let go of because there will always be enough. Nature shows me that. Nature is my biggest example that life will give you what you need. There is abundance and you just have to tap into it. But it's also a fear because it's there's certain things learning to do taxes, budgeting, and I've been unemployed for a year now. You know what I mean? I'm now just waiting for my job to come. It's how do I allow myself to feel abundant when I'm surrounded by so much scarceness? And I think it was really about changing my point of view of what wealth is and what I deem wealthy, because I realized that wealth to me means being able to have time for yourself, time to do the things that you want, and time for enjoyment, time for family, and time for growth. But it's also at the same time, wealth means stability, being stable within yourself, being stable within your environment, having access to nature is wealthy. Cooking good food, stuff like that makes me feel wealthy. But yeah, there's still like that theme of like I need to really right now take care of my finances, take care of my public career, and take responsibility and become an adult. That's what it is. That fear was like, oh, looming, because I was like, damn, like I'm 20 now. There's no more of like teenager shit and being like blaming it on like you being a teenager, feeling sorry for yourself and like being like, oh my god, the world has no. You're 20, get it together. But it's like also in this society, why do I feel like I have to mature so fast at 20? But then I go back again and I realize it's also because I have parents that are older and I have a little sister. I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to take care of them, especially for my mom, where I feel like she has provided so much for me. She has done so much to maintain some stability within the family that I feel like I have to take responsibility. I have to provide for her because it's like, you did so much for me, mom. I have to repay you in some way. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of responsibility that I feel like I have to take, like responsibility for my health, my body, um, my education, responsibility for building up this YouTube platform, building up my creativity. No one is holding my hand anymore, and I felt like it annoys me because it felt like no one really ever held my hand as a kid. I had to rely on my friends to guide me somewhat, but even they didn't really hold my hand. And I don't like, I'm not putting that on my friends to hold my hand, but it's like, I never really had like that guiding hand, that guiding support. So it's like, now it's like, what do I really do? But maybe it's about like finding mentors in people and building communications with like older relationships as well, because I realized, one, this barber that I had back in Boston when I used to live in Boston, um, he really showed me like what it really means to be a man and stuff like that. And he was a guiding force for me. And I need more people like him within my life currently, because it's like, you know, I need to figure, I don't know, I can't do this by myself. I can't figure out adulthood by myself. And growing up is hard. So I need to take the advice of the ones, my predecessors, the ones that have done it before me, the ones that were 20, talk to them. Like I had this teacher and I want to talk to her, I want to call her up. And I had this other teacher, my theology teacher, and it would be really nice to like really talk to him, because I am really like in a whole different spiritual phase of my life, and he will really help me a lot. But to be honest, guys, I did not like him when I was back in high school, because it was like a Catholic school, and Catholicism really traumatized me a lot. But that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, though, I need to take responsibility, and I should utilize the ones that have done it before me. I should learn from them, and I have to start realizing it's not that scary. It's more scary when you wait. You have to jump into that shit, dead ass, and see where it takes you. See where the world is taking you. And I know I have God by my side, so I shouldn't really be afraid. And also, a Saturn just wants you to be more mature, so that you can actually live the fulfilling life that you want for yourself. If you don't have any maturity, you'll remain a child. You'll remain stuck in this loop, repeating the same karmic cycles as your parents have done before, as their predecessors have done before. So it's about learning and growing into the person that you are meant to be. I think that's where I'm gonna end the video. But yeah, um, yeah, this park is really nice. Nature is nice. Responsibility, guys.